son of a bitch.
Alright. Should be popping up on my channel any second.
Okay, you're live.
Okay, good. Let's see here. Okay, good. Alright. Alright. Audio for both of us is coming through. Alright. Hey all you beautiful peoples, I'm Anamonka Clendora, and welcome back to another episode of Palworld. Joining me in this special episode is Meta. Say hi.
Don't you mean rip off a Pokemon?
No, it is not a ripoff of Pokemon.
That's the joke, man. Joke.
Yeah, well, that is a very distasteful joke to make, given the kind of shit that Palworld is dealing with right now. That is a very poor taste joke.
Moving on.
So Meta here knows virtually nothing about Palworld other than that it has been compared to Pokemon with guns. Mm-hmm. He knows very little else about this game. So I am going to what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to start a new game. Make a custom character for him. And just kind of show him the little tutorial part of the game, and then after that, I'll switch over to my save file and just kind of show him around, and have him pick a couple specific things. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this. Create new world. So, what do you want your world name to be? It can be anything that isn't. It can be anything that isn't a curse word or dirty innuendo. Because it doesn't take stuff like that.
Just go with my actual name. Are you able to delete this once you're done?
Yes.
Okay, then just go with my actual name.
Just Meta?
My username. Yeah. So you have 4 settings. You have casual, which is easy mode, normal, hard, and then custom. And then down here you got custom settings, and you can choose how fast or slow the day-night cycle is, and you can choose how often autosave happens. And you can choose the experience rate. The higher you go, the more experience you'll gain for everything. So, and you can even go all the way down to 0.1, so that you barely gain any experience at all, to make the game extra hard on yourself. Yeah, for those people that want a challenge for this kind of stuff, and I can understand that.
I'm going to put the experience rate to max because there's a few things I want to show you, and I don't want to wait around. I don't want to wait around to gain a whole bunch of experience. So I'm just going to put the experience at max and the PAL capture rate at max. I'll leave the day-night speed as it is. PAL appearance rate. This basically just affects how many pals appear in a group. Like you can, 1 pal can appear, or 3 to 5 pals can appear. So I'm just gonna put this at 2. Damage from pals, the amount of damage taken, just gonna lower that. Damage to pals, put that there. Pal hunger, lower that. Pal stamina reduction, lower that.
Auto health regeneration rate for pals. Increase that. Pal sleep regeneration rate. So your pals have a sanity meter, and when it gets lowered, they have to either sleep or go into a hot spring in order to increase their sanity again. And so by increasing this, it basically increases the rate at which they replenish their sanity.
Okay.
So damage from player multiplier, which basically this is for multiplayer. These are for multiplayer. It's not. These are for multiplayer. It's not like super important if you're doing a single mode, but if you're but if you're in multiplayer, then you could raise this up so that so you end up doing more damage to other players in the server. And you can raise this up or down in order to increase or decrease the amount of damage you take from other players. Player hunger, to increase the rate at which you get hungry. Player stamina, to increase or decrease how quickly your stamina runs out. Auto health regeneration rate, how quickly your health comes back. Sleep health regeneration rate, how much health you get back from sleeping. Damage to structure. Your structures that you build can be destroyed, but if you lower it to the lowest setting, then it takes a lot of damage to destroy it. Structure deterioration rate. So when you build things outside of your designated bases, they can deteriorate. They can deteriorate over time. So if you put that at 0, then it basically just means that every single thing you build will stay there forever. Maximum number of dropped items in a world. Honestly, I just increased this to the max of 5,000. I always increase this to the max of 5,000, because the higher the number is, the less likely there is to be overlap. If items begin to overlap, then the oldest item will automatically self-delete itself. So, gatherable items multiplier, basically loot drops. Loot drops. This increases or decreases loot drops. Gatherable objects respawn intervals. Things like trees and stones will respawn after a set amount of time. By increasing this, it decreases the amount of time you have to wait before they respawn.
Okay.
Meteorite and supply drop intervals. Meteorites give you, obviously, meteorite fragments, and you can use them for various things. They're pretty rare, and they're pretty rare and pretty valuable. And then supply drops always have immensely helpful goodies inside them. So if you want to get a lot of these, then you decrease this number, because the standard is 180, and every number is basically 1 minute of in real life time. So 180 is once every 3 hours, one of these will drop. So you can decrease this to say once every hour or once every minute. You can decrease it all the way to 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then time you have to wait in order to incubate eggs. I just lower that to 0. That way you could just incubate an egg and you don't have to wait for the timer to run out. Raid events. Basically, your base can be raided by enemies and other pals. So if you don't want to deal with that, you turn that off. Death penalty. You can drop all items. You can drop all items except for equipment. You can have no drops whatsoever, or you can drop all items and all pals on team. So. Yeah, if you want to make the game a lot harder for yourself, you can just increase the penalty for dying.
Mm-hmm.
Max number of guilds. Basically, that's for multiplayer. Max number of bases you can have in a world, I just increased that to 10. And max number of work pals that can be at any given base. The max number is 50. So I usually just keep it at 50.
Okay.
So here we have presets for character customization. We have several presets. I'm guessing you want to be a guy.
Number 12.
Okay? And because this is a stream and this is the content that I'm doing, we are going to change some of your features. You can change your torso size to make yourself more muscular, make your arms buffer, give yourself more muscular and toned legs. So,
Okay. Hairstyles. That's fine, man.
skin color.
Just leave it as it is.
So skin color, you can change the saturation so that you have more vibrant colors to work with. So you can change, if you wanted, you could change it to have red skin. You could be the Red Hulk. You could be a member of the Blue Man Group.
Base each will be fine, man.
Okay, now face.
Base is fine how it is, man. I don't really... The base is perfectly fine.
This face looks familiar. I feel like I've seen an actor with this exact face. I'm drawing a blank, but like I recognize this face.
Just go ahead and move on to hairs, man.
Huh.
Everything right is perfectly fine.
Okay, so eyes. You got standard eyes. You got shrunken eyes, black eyes.
Just leave it how it is, man. Go straight to hairs.
Sharingan eyes. That's the only thing I could. It's like it looks kind of similar to like the Mangekyo Sharingan in a little bit. It reminds me a little bit of that. Predator eyes, kind of slits. Spiral eyes. Hard eyes, star eyes, avatar eyes.
The default first eye will be fine.
We gotta change some stuff up, dude. This is the content.
Go with the predator eyes then.
Okay, eye color. It can be any color.
Go black. Black. If black is a color.
It is. I mean, if you wanted black eyes, we could have gone with this eye here.
Just leave it how it is.
We could have gone with this eye and then had you be like red.
It's fine how it is. It's fine how it is. I just want to get into the actual gameplay. Because normally when I was a custom character, honestly, for my first playthrough, I just leave it as default.
So there, like that. You don't want that?
Go ahead. That's fine. Let's just go ahead and move on to hair.
So...
Go with the first one, man, honestly. Because none of them are actually that interesting.
The first one? This one?
Yeah, the first one that's on the first row. Yeah, that's fine.
This is one of the girls' hairstyles.
Dude, most of the hairs are not that interesting, okay? So I do not care how my character looks. This is fine.
You want to know... Okay, I'll show you the male hairs. This one. This one. This one.
Go with the
This one.
mohawk. What's the mohawk?
Which row?
Fifth row, second.
That's not a mohawk. You mean this one?
I can't even see because the video... Yeah, that one. That one's fine.
Okay.
Voice, it doesn't matter.
Hair... okay, well, we still got to go for hair color. So increase the saturation and brightness. So now we can decide what the hair color you want.
Just as red.
Just stick with what it is now?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have to go back to face so I can change the eyebrow color to match. So the first three are female voices. So voice 4 is kind of like a Linkish voice, kind of like the same, pitch as like a Link voice. Voice
What's the most deepest voice? Deepest.
Deepest voice would be voice 6.
Go with 6 then.
All right, you good with this?
I'm good.
All right. The towers are the key. The tree holds the truth. So, we're in the game now.
It kind of looks like art.
Yeah. The game does draw some inspiration from Ark. So here, all over the world, you're going to find chests like these that are going to have some nice little goodies in them. There's different tiers of chests. The higher tier chests are going to require keys. There's copper keys, silver keys, and gold keys. You'll need the right kind of key to open the right kind of chest. And then here, we picked up a journal entry. So there's 44 journal entries that basically just kind of like tell you information, that give you information from different perspectives. Sometimes it's the perspective of the character you're playing as, and sometimes it's the perspective of the different tower bosses that you're going to fight throughout the game. There are 6 tower bosses so far in the game, and they each have their own journal entries that allow you to learn more about them and their lore.
Mm-hmm. If you're willing to go for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. If you want to learn more about the game, you want to learn more about the lore, it's good to have. And then here you got fast travel points.
Okay.
So you see,
That's
you
standard.
get experience from just interacting with the world, from picking things up to destroying things to beating pals. So, I'm at level 4, and I can get any of this stuff. These are all things these are all blueprints that you have to get in order to learn how to buy. Basically, everything on this first row are musts. Like these are going to be essential. Cloth is a crafting material. Alarm bell is also good to have. Feed box is a must. Cloth outfit, you can skip the first cloth outfit because it doesn't actually give you much. It's better to wait till you end up getting a better cloth outfit, the tropical outfit or the tundra outfit at level 9. And it's not going to be hard to get to those levels unless you have the experience rate be super low.
Okay.
So you want arrows, you want common shield, you want spear, you want shoddy bed, you want straw bed. These are the must-haves that you want. You can skip the old bow because in just a couple levels you're gonna get better bows: fire bow, fire bow, poison bow, and triple shot bow. Those are much better than the regular bow. And the repair kit is the other thing that you're gonna need at the start of the game. Not necessarily right this second. You can hold off on waiting until you level up to level 5 to get that. But these are the essentials. Everything that I've gotten so far are the essentials. And you spend technology points. You get technology points every time you level up, as well as every time you activate one of these fast travel locations, and just accomplish certain tasks. Once you accomplish certain tasks or get through certain dungeons, you'll get these. And then there's also ancient technology points. There's ancient technology points, which are a lot harder to get. In order to get those, you have to beat overworld bosses, as well as conquer dungeons and towers in order to get ancient technology points. And basically everything in the ancient technology section are very useful. They are all incredibly useful, so get them whenever you have the chance.
Okay.
So yeah, you can beat up the pals, knock them out in order to get loot drops, or you can try to capture them.
Okay.
So I'm just going around getting some berries because they are an excellent source of food. You can get them. You can get berries by the You can pick up berries by the thousands, and you can cook them, and they can really help to sustain you and your party. I basically have just been eating nothing but berries because you get so many of them that it doesn't matter that they expire quickly. You get so many of them so quickly that it doesn't matter if they expire quickly, because more often than not, other foods are going to expire before you get hungry, before you or your team get hungry.
Okay.
I mean, again, unless you increase the rate at which you and your party get hungry. So we have a choice. We can go for a lamb ball to catch, or a chickpea, or we can head down and we can try to catch a different pal. We can look around and see if we can catch a different pal.
Surprise me, okay? Oh. Do your weapons break in this game?
Eventually, it takes a long time for them to break. The only ones that will actually break quickly are your axe, your spear, and your pickaxe. Those will break rather quickly. But they're very easy to make. And there's also a repair bench.
So,
Where
okay,
as long
so
as you have
basically
as long as you have the right materials to repair them, you can repair anything that gets damaged.
So basically, they take the one problem I actually had was that stuff. Okay.
So what? So there's there's chickpea, there's chickpeas, there's lambos, there's cativas. I think we can also if we're lucky, we might also be able to find a foxsparks down here. They're pretty.
The fire.
Yeah,
The firefox will be fine.
Yeah, a little firefox. If we're lucky, we might be able to find one. They don't always spawn in this opening area, but if we're lucky, we'll be able to find one. So I'm just picking up as many berries as I can get my hands on, so I never have to worry about food. And these are dinosaurs. They're pretty useful early game. Ah, fuck sparks.
It's just a grassy version of Gudra, basically.
Uh-oh. Well, I can't catch it. I don't have any more. Pal spheres. I'll have to make pal spheres in order to catch that.
Okay.
All right. I'm just going to make a primitive workbench right here. And I'm going to make 8 pal spheres so I can try to catch 1 fox sparks. Ah. There we go. So you'll see that since I caught 2, I get experience bonus. You can continue to get experience bonus for the first 12 of every pal that you catch.
Okay.
And you can have up to 5 pals in your party at any given time.
Well, that's technically different from Pokemon.
Yes.
All that stuff.
Yeah. You only get 5. You only get 5.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead.
So what's the best equipment that you can technically get?
I will actually show you that. I will actually show you that once we switch over to my save file, which we're gonna do here in just a minute. I just want to show you a couple things real quick. I want to get one more fox spark. Ah, poop. Too strong. Ooh! I don't know who you are, so I'm not gonna...
Surprised that you didn't have your phone on silence mode.
That is what's called a sparkly pal. They're bigger. They are bigger, and they have a sparkly aura around them.
So basically, like alphas.
Not really, because there are alphas in this game. And they're bigger. They are bigger, but they're also a lot more aggressive. So you see, I wound up having to use a copper key to open up that chest, because that was one of the higher grade chests. So now we need to go find a spot to build a base.
Okay.
So this first spot right here is good enough for what we're gonna do. So I need Paldeum fragments. Okay. So in order to get Paldeum fragments, I need to make a pickaxe. I also need to make an axe, which means I need more stone. So...
Okay.
So you hit this, you can get stone, and sometimes it will also drop Paldeum fragments and ores. These are stone deposits, and it's mostly for stones, but you can sometimes get Paldeum fragments and ores from these.
Okay.
So now, I need to make a PAL box. A PAL box is the center of your base. You make this in order to establish a base. So that blue line that you see there, that's the outline of the base.
Okay.
So you see, you can have 5, and you can have them do various things on your base.
Yeah.
And then you can also upgrade your base. You can build a wooden chest and deploy a PAL to work at the base in order to level up your base from level 1 to level 2. Level 25 is the max level currently.
Well, again, it's still in beta and all that stuff. So
It's still it's still in early access. And then there's the PAL dressing facility. This allows you to basically customize your PALs and dress them up in various things. And
yeah.
I can make more technology. So I'm gonna get both the tropical outfit and the tundra outfit. Poison bow, poison arrow, hot spring, that's important. Crusher, log insight, stone pit, sign.
Okay.
All right. And we want Foxbark's harness because that's going to be for a mission. That's for a mission, so you want to make sure to get that. Statue of Power, Ranch, Berry Plantation, Palgear Workbench. Those are essential. Those are absolutely essential. And repair kit. Nails are also essential because that's a building material. 3-shot bow, primitive furnace. So you can get a better axe and pickaxe if you want. It's not necessary, to be honest, because once you have the stone pit and logging site made, once you have both of those made, you can just have pals working on those, and then you'll never need a pickaxe or an axe again, because you'll just have pals working on these two sites. So you can get that, and they don't break nearly as fast as the regular ones, but it's not super necessary. It's just for convenience if you want them. And then high quality workbench so you can make more things. Meat cleaver absolutely is important. Medieval medicine workbench. Cooler box. Crossbow. Metal spear is pretty good this early. Megasphere, also pretty good. Sphere workbench. Antique storage set is not a great storage unit, but it's better than the metal box. And early game, you want really good storage stuff because you're going to be collecting a lot of stuff early game. So. But yeah. So level 14, that's the kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff you would want. And see, so here's the PAL deck. There's a total of 163 pals that you can get. So these are all the pals that we've seen, but haven't caught, as well as the pals that we have, caught.
Oh, okay.
So you can bring out a fire type to keep yourself warm at night because it gets cold at night, and unless you have a cold resistant armor, you're just going to be taking damage throughout the night.
Okay.
And then here, every time you level up, you get a stat point that you can use to increase different stats. You got health, stamina, attack, work speed, weight. And you will have defense if you decide to make it so that you do take damage. In the custom menu, you can decide how much damage you take, and if you lower it to 0, then yeah, there's no need to upgrade defense. Health, there's also not really much need to upgrade. There's not much need to upgrade health. Stamina is important to have stamina. It's important to have attack. It's important to have high attack. It's important to have high work speed. Weight is the thing that you are going to need the most of, because it allows you to carry more things. Once you carry over your weight limit, you slow down immensely.
I know that feeling.
Not only do you slow down immensely, but your pals also slow down. So you can't even do any. So you legit can't do anything if you're weighed down. So
Okay, so yeah, they did take cues from Fallout, Elder Scrolls. It's good to have competition like that, and
so yeah, I'm just gonna put. I put 3 on stamina, 3 on attack, 3 on work speed, and 4 on weight. And boom, all of those stats just got upgraded.
mm-hmm.
So yeah. And then, so these are this is your inventory. These are all things that you can make.
Uh-huh.
Statue of power. You're going to need this in order to upgrade in order to upgrade your capture rate, your PAL capture rate. There are some PALs that just no matter how many PAL spheres you throw at them, they're not going to stay in the PAL sphere. So you need to upgrade your capture rate with the Statue of Power. And you do that by finding special. You find special crystals hidden throughout the world, called Lifmunk effigies. They look like little grass squirrels. They look like little grass crystals that look like grass squirrels. And so.
Okay.
So just making sure that all the pals are fed. But yeah, so once you collect enough of them, you can trade them into the Statue of Power in order to get a higher capture rate. Also, you can go to the Statue of Power in order to increase the stats of your individual pals. You can increase their health, their attack, their health, their attack, their defense, and their work speed. That way.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
But yeah, see, you can get wood and fiber from this. See how much? How much my weight is going up just from collecting wood and fiber. Yeah. So. And then for storage. Yeah, to make antique wardrobe and antique bookshelves, you're gonna need nails, which means you're gonna need copper ingots.
Mm-hmm.
And to make copper ingots, you're gonna need a furnace.
Okay.
So yeah, once you got this, you can just put stuff that's weighing you down in here. Like that. And so that stuff is no longer in my inventory. But guess what? I can still use it. Even if it's not in my inventory, I can still use it as long as I'm on my base. As long as I'm within the confines of my base, it counts, and I can use anything that is within the confines of my base, even if it's not on my person. I love that. I love that feature. That is so handy.
Okay.
So. And there we go. So. Alarm bell is mostly used to change the behavior of the pals that are on your base, where they can focus on their work or they can focus on keeping out intruders. Signs are basically just they're just wooden signs that you can use to tell pals where certain things go to help keep things organized.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's not necessary to keep things organized because as long as the stuff is in your base, you'll be able to use it regardless. But like, you know, if you're someone who likes to have things organized, then you can use these to help keep things organized. And then foundation. Oh, I didn't want to put that there, so I dismantle it. And then I get the materials back.
Okay.
And there we go. So now so I got a little hut here.
Yeah.
And then fire, which allows you to cook different meals.
Okay.
So yeah, so see, I can just cook stuff, and I get experience for cooking, and so does so do my pals. And I can assign Foxsparks here, so Foxsparks can do all the cooking for me.
So basically, they can be technically your slaves.
Yeah. So boom. Put this guy to work, and he's gonna start dealing damage to this. Now, obviously, as you go through the game, you're gonna get pals that are much better at doing certain tasks, because if you look here, Foxsparks has a level 1 kindling. Foxsparks has a level 1 kindling, so the kindling levels go up to level 4. You can have level 4 kindling, level 4 planting, level 4 handiwork, level 4 lumbering, medicine production, transporting, watering, generating electricity, gathering, mining, cooling, and farming. Now, farming is different because farming basically requires a ranch. You need a ranch in order to have someone do farming, and a pal that has farming as a trait, as a work suitability, they will go into the ranch and they will simply drop something that they can easily drop. Like Cativa here drops berries, so you can assign it to a ranch in order for it to drop a lot of berries for you to pick up.
Okay.
So, with that said, that's everything I wanted to show you for that's everything I wanted to show you for this. Okay.
Yeah.
Mill, wheat plantation, fire crossbow, viewing cage, all useful stuff. So, I'm going to quit. And then I'm going to load up my save file. Level 55 is the max level you can be at.
Okay.
So this is my main base. Here I've got giant luxury beds. I've got giant luxury beds, 12 of them, each for my 12 pals that I've got here. This is Yormantide Ignis. This is Orsurk. Orsurk has the best electricity generating ability. Ignis has the best fire kindling ability. Frostallion, which is one of the legendaries in the game. I wound up increasing the PAL appearance rate, so that way I could get multiple Frostallions.
Okay.
And they have the best cooling. So I always have one keeping this food box cold, which basically means that everything in here is going to take like several days of real life time to go bad.
Okay.
So
Looks like you're carrying a rocket launcher and a minigun.
yes, I will show those off here in just a sec. First, why are you away from this cooler? You need to be over here. I need you to keep this cold at all times. You're not allowed to stop working. So, here I got ingredients. I get ingredients all in here. And then this, the Cold Crusher, this allows me to make more Paldium fragments, as well as medium Pal Souls, large Pal Souls, and small Pal Souls, which you need in order to upgrade Pal stats at the Statue of Power over here. So see, I got the capture rate power at max, and then I can pick any one of these, and I can increase or decrease. I can increase or decrease whatever I want. So increasing a single stat to max requires 10 small Pal Souls, 6 medium Pal Souls, and 6 large Pal Souls. It's not that hard to get Pal Souls if you know where to look. There are certain areas where Pal Souls are abundant. So as long as you know where to look, it's not that hard to find them. So the bell, I can change it to make them focus on attacking intruders or focus on work. And then I've got little stuff all around the base that increase certain stats. Like medicine work speed gets increased because I have this in the base. Electricity speed increases because I have this in the base. So I got stuff like that. All over, and this is the best medicine workbench you can get. These are the best furnaces you can get. These aren't necessarily the best electricity stuff you can get. The best ones you can get are a lot more resource intensive, and these are perfectly fine as long as you have ore circs working on them. And these are the best kitchens you can get, so you can make a ton of stuff. Lots of awesome stuff. This is one of my favorite meals to feed my pals, because this increases the attack of all pals as well as yourself by 20%, and allows you to stay full for a longer period of time. So that is my favorite meal to have.
Okay.
And then cake. You need cake in order to breed pals.
Yes. I do know that.
So, here on my person, I've got a Gatling gun. Which does 375 attack per bullet. A laser rifle, which does 1250 attack per laser bullet. A meteor launcher, which uses meteor fragments as ammo and creates an explosion with a wide area of effect. And that does 2,000 damage. And then the rocket launcher, which does 10,000 damage. It's the best weapon in the game. And the area of effect is not as large as the meteor launcher, but it does 5 times more damage at a single point. So as long as you don't miss your target, nothing is surviving. Like, if you hit your target, it's not surviving.
Okay.
So, but yeah, and what I'm wearing the plasteel helmet, which is the best helmet in the game, with the highest amount of defense and added health. the Giga Shield, which is not the best shield in the game, but unfortunately you need like 50 of